Welcome to my channel. I want us to talk about the latest developments on the alliance talk between the Labour Party presidential candidates, Mr. Peter Obi, and NNPP presidential candidate, Rabiu Musa. You know, when a few days ago I began to see the television rounds being made by the team, Kwankwaso team, especially when I saw the former House Committee Chairman on Appropriation, Abdulmulu Jibril, going on television rounds telling everybody who cares to listen that there's no way Kwankwaso can be vice presidential candidate to Peter Obi. I knew there's a problem, and a serious problem at that. After he did that his own, Kwankwaso, the man himself, appeared and was also emphasizing that he's the most experienced of the two presidential candidates. Therefore, he is the one that ought to be the presidential candidate of the alliance. And Peter Obi has to be his running mate. And he was vehement on it. He was giving all manners of excuses. I was talking about that there's no way that the Kwankwasia movement will support his being vice president, Mr. Peter Obi. He even went as far as saying that the North will not vote for Peter Obi, as if he has the whole North in his pocket. He didn't know that there's no more monolithic North. North has since changed, because the North has become an instrument that the political elites use as their bargaining chip when it suits them. When the resources are to be shared, they will now begin to talk about the core North and peripheral North. After his own round of talks, Boba Galadima also did his own television runs and was saying that Kwankwaso is the most experienced. He's the one that has to be the presidential candidate of the alliance. Now, why this is a big surprise to many Nigerians is this: Kwankwaso is from the northwest. President Muhammad Buhari, who is finishing his term, his 8 years term, is from the northwest. How does this sound to the ears of this man, that after 8 years of a northwest presidency, that Nigerians are ready for another northwest presidency through Kwankwaso? It was unbelievable, but I knew that there's a problem for them to do all these rounds of television interviews, and I know that it was deliberate. And what I suspected has come true, because last night the man that led the negotiation team of the Labour Party, who is also the placeholder of the vice presidential ticket of the Labour Party, Dr. Doyin Okupe, was on Channels Television, Politics Today, where he explained everything that happened, and he was emphatic that the alliance is dead. And he said that the NNPP want to ride on the wave and momentum of Mr. Peter Obi in pursuit of their own presidential agenda. So that was why the thing cannot work. That was why it collapsed. And he also said something fundamental. He said that when he knew that this thing will not work, was as the leader of the negotiation team, he asked them, he asked the Kwankwaso team, he said, how do they feel? Do they think it is okay that after 8 years of a northerner being president, that another northerner should be a successor to Buhari? Didn't they see anything? Didn't they see anything wrong with that? They said they didn't see anything wrong with that. He said that was when he knew that the alliance talk was dead. He said after that they never made any effort to reach the Kwankwaso group again because they found out that there was no reason continue to reach out to them. And I could understand with them because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't show that the Kwankwaso group are at all concerned about the diversity of this country. It is all about themselves and what they want. It is either their way or the highway. You have to agree with them or nothing will work out. So that is the latest development. The alliance talk is dead. Now, I will come back to that. Before I do that, please, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell, share this video widely, like it. When you subscribe to my channel, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. Now that it has been confirmed that the alliance talk is dead, what is the next action? The next action, as far as I am concerned, is Mr. Peter Obi has to run his own race. He has to get a capable hand as his vice presidential candidate, either from the northwest or from the northeast. And there has to be a Muslim who will help him to drive the campaign in the north. The world is changing. Nigeria is changing. Even the north is changing. The political order is changing. Kwankwaso and co, they think that Nigeria is still the old order. The youths of Nigeria have come to a point where they don't want ethnicity and religion to be an instrument of division for what they are pursuing. So they are ready for a new Nigeria, for a change. And they have found somebody who can help them drive that change, and that is Mr. Peter Obi. This they are doing on their own. In an organic way, this organization has emerged. But people like Kwankwaso, they are not seeing it like that. They are still seeing the old political system that is characterized by ethnicity, religions, and all manner of first lines that give advantage to some people and disadvantage to some others. So we cannot continue like that. If we really want to belong to the 21st century as a major power, a major economic power, a a major military power in Africa and in the world. We cannot continue to have a situation where leaders are not selected based on merit, but based on where they come from, based on their religion. Now, where has it taken us? It has taken us to nowhere. Even Kwankwaso that was insisting that he must be the presidential candidate. The North have been producing president in this country. How has he helped the country? If they have been, if they want to monopolize power the way they are going about it, and they are doing it well, fantastically, like the way Paul Kagame is doing in Rwanda, you can as well say, okay, them sit, let them sit tight there on let them be on the seat forever. But they are not getting it right. The economy of the country has collapsed. So much insecurity. Even as I'm talking to you right now, one of the stories that was trending is that the convoy of President Muhammad Buhari had been attacked by bandits. Just an indication of how insecure the country is. And this is under the northern leadership. So they are the quest to continue to dominate power has to be backed by our capacity to deliver. They have not been delivering well for the country. That is why we are where we are today. So why should these people still insist, even when there is federal character principle, where where there is zoning principle, they try to change it to suit themselves. Very unmindful of the diversity of this country. So it is something that really is should worry Nigerians. That we have leaders who are so selfish. It's all about themselves and not about the country. Ordinarily, Kwankwaso ought to have been happy to be the vice presidential candidate so that after 8 years of Peter Obi's administration, he can emerge as the president of the country. But no, he don't want to do that. He want to be the presidential candidate. And I like the way Dr. Doyin Okupe put it out that they want to ride on the bandwagon of Mr. Peter Obi to get to power instead of allowing the man who history has put in a position because it's historical what this movement of Mr. Peter Obi, whereby people are campaigning for him, spending their own money, investing their own resources without expecting anything in return except that his administration will give good governance to them. All they expect is good governance. They have confidence that his administration will institute good governance in Nigeria. That's why they are putting their money out. That's why they are campaigning everywhere. That was why they are fighting for Mr. Peter, whether on social media or off social media. He is by far the most popular presidential candidate. So any alliance with NNPP, Peter Obi has to be the presidential candidate. Now that he is not, then the alliance has to collapse. And I like the way that Dr. Doyin Okupe pronounced it dead in capital letters. So the alliance is dead in capital letters. Because basically that's what it is. It is against common sense for Kwankwaso to insist that he will be the presidential candidate. Now, now that the alliance is dead, it means that Mr. Peter Obi has to look for another northerner from the northeast or northwest who can add value to his campaign, who can help him gather some votes, who is also uh, technically, sound in terms of management of resources and integrity in terms of qualifications and all that. There are many of them in the north. There, so he should do, uh, you know, take his time. But time is not on his side because by July 15th, that's the last day for presidential candidate to submit the name of their to make any changes they want to make. So Mr. Peter has to act fast. Left for me, I would think that he should choose somebody from the northwest so that that person can help him garner some vote from the northwest. Because this election is going to be an interesting election. Every every vote will count and it will matter that you can get. Because the way I see President Muhammad Buhari, he's going to be aloof. He's not going to use the instrument of the state to impose anybody on Nigerians. The way he abandoned Vice President Yemi Osibanjo, uh, during the APC primaries, he can decide to abandon even the candidate of APC and allow level playing ground. In that case, people like Mr. Tinubu, who are very good in using money to have their way, they may try to influence the outcome of the election even without support from Buhari himself. So that area need to be also taken care of by the strategists, Mr. Peter Obi and the Labour Party. Because when Buhari removes his hand, the election ought to be free and fair. But some of these presidential candidates, they are desperate for power. They are ready to spend billions of naira to make sure that they win. But Nigerians will mark them very well. Nigerians will reject them in this election. They will know that money can fail because Nigerians have suffered a lot and they will be ready for change. And they will not allow anybody to rig the election, whether Buhari interfered or not. Nigerians are determined. You can see another video where Labour Party say reveal how they are going to ensure that there were no riggings at the polling units. So these are the kind of things that I expect other political parties to do to make sure that APC and PDP are not allowed to rig this election. Good enough, the election is going to be electronic voting. We pray that everything goes fine so that whoever emerges president of Nigeria in 2023 will be a presidential candidate was that is truly elected by Nigerians. That is it. And before you go, you can suggest who you think that Mr. Peter Obi should make his vice presidential candidate. I've heard somebody suggested that he should take the former INEC chairman, Professor Jega. Others have suggested the founder of Bayes University. Somebody has even suggested one popular imam from Plateau State, who is known as Digital Imam, that Mr. Peter Obi can also consider the man, consider him as a likely vice presidential candidate. That the Digital Imam, who was some times ago suspended because of some of his preachings, can also bring something on the table. It will give confidence to a lot of Muslims that such a popular imam is in the ticket of Mr. Peter Obi. So there are so many other names that people are throwing around. So if you have any potential vice presidential candidates, let us look at them. Let us discuss them, because all we are looking for is how it's going to be good for our country. God bless you. And before you go, please, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell, like this video, share it widely. When you subscribe to my channel, anytime I have a new video, you will be among the first to know. God bless you.